I feel like I'm going in a good direction. Another episode, yeah, again. I think Brittany will be jumping in later here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the DJ Ekin podcast. Of course, I am DJ Ekin. Happy to be here, and it's been a minute since I've been trying to get this dude on. Connected with him a few years, and have watched his movement go from like the beginning. Because I think I might have been there when you first started doing graphics, and I found you some kind of way online, and me and Spinatic got with you. But the rise since then, whoo! My man Kid Graphic is here, man. What's up, man?
What's good? Shoot, happy to be alive.
Happy to be alive. Hey, look, seriously, if I'm going by what I see on Instagram, you seem to be living quite well. And I mean, I know you got big dreams and aspirations, but you seem to be living quite well, man. I gave people a brief synopsis on how we met, right? Like I think I stumbled upon your page one time, and you do graphics, basically, right? You do graphics, right? Yes, and I think you were maybe might have saw a mixtape cover or something that you had designed, and this was, dude, this had to be like 2012, 13, maybe even before that. It might have been before that if I had the old phone when Spinatic and I first reached out to you and saw some stuff that you were doing. And since then, man, like I said, who have you maybe not worked with yet that you want to work with, graphics wise?
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Because everybody else, you pretty much have put some work in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get a little bit of the Kid Graphic story, man. How did you start getting into graphics, and how did the internet help you get to the next level of success that you're at right now?
So I actually started in 2010, and
how old were you?
I was about, I'm 29 now, so I was 19.
Yeah, I knew it was early. Because I remember when we first started talking, I was like, this dude is younger though, but he got that energy. Okay, yeah, so you started then doing graphics.
Started doing graphics, and Facebook was the biggest wave at that time.
Right.
So I would just post creations on Facebook, and then like probably a good 5 months, I was about to quit. Waka Flocka reached out to me right when I was going to quit.
Wait, stop. Let me stop at this part. Why were you about to quit?
Pressure. Work wasn't looking, how I thought it up here.
Right.
Work wasn't looking right. So I was just like, man, I ain't doing this no more. So.
And when you say work wasn't looking right, do you mean like you didn't seem to be getting the opportunities you thought you should get? Or so you wasn't getting the feedback on your work? Like people weren't like, oh my God, let me call this guy. So you weren't getting the feedback on the work that you were doing.
Feedback, wasn't getting opportunities. I was like, shoot, I'm like 5-6 months in now. Like, what's going on?
Right.
And then Waka Flocka reached out to me. I was like, Waka Flocka. I was like, shoot, I was listening to Hard in the Paint. That,
Right.
And he was like, yo, you do graphics? I was like, I actually just quit.
You told him you quit?
I told him I quit. He said, why quit when you can become the greatest?
Boom.
So, that hit to the core of my heart. So
right.
I told him, I was like, well, shoot, then I'm back in the game then. And we worked.
Let me first of all, let me stop here, because so many creatives like yourself, they do exactly what you just said that you were about to do. They quit. And you see these memes out there, right? They say, don't quit because the dream could be about to take off tomorrow, right? And you pretty much had quit. So Waka is a big turning point in your career. But let me ask you this. When you first got the DM or whatever you got from Waka Flocka, I bet you didn't even believe that it was Waka at first, did you?
Nah, I thought it was a scam page.
So how did you confirm that it was Waka?
Well, there was, at the time he had a manager.
Okay.
He hit that too.
Okay.
Then, he called me on the video thing, and I was like, Uvu at the time.
Right. Yeah, hey, brother. Hey, you know what I love about these stories, though, is because these are the things that we've gone through to get to where we are with the TikToks and the Instagrams and where we are on social media. So your story is one that I think that the next set of creatives need to hear. So I'm glad you throwing in the things like Uvu and these things that you had to do to get to where you are. Okay, so they hit you on the video.
Hit me on the video, and there you go. I was like, that's Waka Flocka. I was about bald head at the time. Around that time, it was the the era of the high top fades.
Right.
You know, really just starting mine off. I was like, I got the hat on, man. Got dreads and stuff. Shoot.
Right.
But it was wild. It was like we worked one time, and people always want to know, did you get paid? No, I ain't get paid. It's
Right.
called season opportunity.
Right.
Nobody knows who I am. And at the time, my name wasn't even Kid Graphic at the time. My name was Jay Graphics. Kid Graphic didn't come into 2012.
Right.
And, you know, how that came about, I actually had a dream about my name. So I was no longer Jay Graphics in the dream. It was Kid Graphics. Kid stands for baby goat.
Boom. Boom. Let me ask you this about Waka, because I've talked to Waka, and very straight up, very straight to the point dude, and very much to me one of the probably more straight up dudes in this industry about what he does, right? And your story to me sounds a little bit about like this, and I don't know if you've heard this story. Calvin Harris did We Found Love for Rihanna, and the way the story goes is he asked her could he put his name on it, and she agreed. And that is how the world from there, like a lot of people in the EDM world knew about Calvin Harris, but that is kind of how the world begins to explode on Calvin Harris. You understand what I'm saying? Because we all saw what happened with We Found Love, and it's Calvin Harris and Rihanna. So if you're a music person, you're like, well, who's this dude, Calvin Harris? So now you in his catalog. So with Waka, did you get that same kind of like, you got to, you know, of course, say who did the graphic? He gave you that PR, because you're right. One of the steps that I like about what you're saying is some things aren't about the money. But if Waka gonna give you that push to be like, his next set of friends are gonna know who did it, the world is gonna start seeing your work. That's as valuable as money. So were you allowed to tag it, and because I know you tag everything now, and I know how things move for you now. But with that opportunity and you just like me, it's Waka. We gonna do this one.
Mm-hmm. Literally, like put my logo. He said, feel free to put your logo on. So I put my logo on, but I was like, man, this ain't looking right. Right. Ain't looking. So I hid that mud, hid it in the artwork, and it's real old. Shoot, I can go back and find that mud. It's real old, but I would have loved. By that time, I wish I was Kid Graphic.
But that story though, that story is so dope. So after Waka, do you still communicate Waka? You guys are still like cool to this day?
More with his mom.
Okay, Deb.
So, because she reached out to me later on in life.
Right.
So it was awesome. But after Waka, that was like 2010. No, it was a 5-year period before I got to work with another celebrity artist.
Oh, really? So you did Waka, and then it was like, but I'm sure you got a bunch of work off of that, like dudes who coming up on mixtapes. Because I think Spinatic and I came in there somewhere in there, like we saw your work and was like, bro. Because I don't even think that Spinatic and I thought you were in the country at first. I don't even think that I thought you were in the country at first when I first started talking to you. But how important was the internet to you?
Oh man, the internet is like gold when you live in the country. So I live in Pageland, South Carolina. Okay. And still to this day, I root for them. Everywhere I go, that's where I'm from. Right. And it's just amazing because all we got is gas stations and land. Right. So the next best thing is the internet. So figuring out how to tap on the internet, like the oil and stuff, gold, diamonds, whatever, it just snapped. So, and you got to use it. Right. If you're a business owner don't use the internet, you suck. Do you think part of your thing at first was to maybe, like you said, that first 5 or 6 months was that you didn't really understand marketing yourself? You think that might have been it too in the beginning? Because you said you were making graphics and posting them, but only people who kind of knew you could see them. Like if they weren't in your friend group or whatever, or somebody didn't share it, you didn't have that marketing thing then. For people that are watching or listening to this, how important has the marketing part been to you now to getting you to that next level of work? 100%. Gotta have it. Gotta learn it. If you don't know it, please learn it. Get with somebody that do know it. So you gotta have it. It's very important because if you look around, like I don't know if everybody watch TV like I do, but commercials. Right. Let's show that same commercial all year long. Might spend $30,000 that whole year running that commercial. Mm-hmm. But they making money. Right. If you watch those medicine commercials, they tell you all the side effects. Well, if you watch it long enough, you'll start believing you got it. So you'll be calling, hey, I need it, which I was just talking about.
Right.
They making their money, you
Right.
know, car commercials, Wendy's, McDonald's, KFC. They run all these commercials marketing all year long. You look at it long enough, you're going to get it.
Right.
So